teacher who is making it during her spare time, with 2-3 staff, and they are utilizing jackfruit very nicely. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is India. From Kerala, I don't know how many of you are knowing that. From South Kerala, especially Ernakulam district, Perumbavoor and all that, tender jackfruit. There is a big supply chain of tender jackfruit to North India up to Nepal border. And it's a hopping quantity, not small quantity, very hopping quantity. Many Keralians don't know about this. They source from South Kerala, all these traders who are sending, there are 4 or 5 big names behind it. They are having their own chain of about 200 people who go to everyday morning. They go to farmers and they rip off almost they shave off the whole tree and bring the crop there, and it is loaded and sent to North India, 200, 2,000, 3,000 kilometers. And the people say different things. It is being used for baby food, then Horlicks, biscuits, so many things I have heard. And even I have heard some scientists saying that. But when I asked them one more question, can you give me one simple contact number of anybody using jackfruit as a biscuit or as a baby food? There was no answer. So we tried to dig it out, and we went up to this Maharashtra. We went, and Vidarbhas we went, Nagpur city and all that. The one thing we understood is it is going for nothing other than it is going to dining tables. The minimum price at the dining table what you must get is 25 rupees per kg in a minimal processed form, very crudely minimally processed, not an organized way. The vendor does it. And the kind of demand and passion for tender jackfruit in North India has to be seen to be believed. And because of the supply from Kerala, the local jackfruits grown by the farmers there, irrespective of the quality, the name and other things, it gets a very decent price, 4 to 5 rupees upper than what Kerala jackfruit commands. You see, that is ready to cook. Ready to cook is a very good mantra for development of jackfruit, because it is low-tech. It's a low-tech, low-fat, can be done by a team of 5 people, but about 4-5 hours a day. We share the information with many KVKs and have been advocating, writing articles and all that. I'm still of opinion that Kerala can solve vegetable dependency by using a good jackfruit. What a safe food is. By and large, jackfruit remains a totally pesticide-free crop without any nanograms of pesticide. And the kind of nutritive value it has. I'm not a nutritionist. I am not a... Is that it cleans us? Hello?
Others can mute it. Mohana, you can mute other.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm muting, but still they are in between, they are disturbing. I request all the participants to mute their mics, please. Otherwise, it will disturb the speaker.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So, this is one lesson, with a good action plan and missionary mode of training through KVKs, this tender jackfruit, a good part of it can be minimally processed in Kerala and be utilized. Unfortunately, even today, though there is technologies available, Kerala has not started seriously, preserving or rather commercially utilizing or preserving tender jackfruit. I will tell you, Maharashtra, there are more than a dozen companies or units which are making preserved jackfruit. They call it as Faji. And the pioneer in Maharashtra is in Powers. The brand name is owned by Hemant Desai ji. They started long before started.
The meeting ID password.
I request all the participants to mute their mic, otherwise they will be removed if they continue to do this. There are 2 participants who are doing this. and I'll be compelled to remove them.
ஒரு வாட்டி குடுத்தா உள்ள போயிடுச்சுன்னா வந்துடும்.
இல்ல ஆல்ரெடி ரிஜிஸ்டர்ட் இமெயில் எல்லாம்
எல்லாம்
போட்டோ
கேட்கும்.
வருது.
எல்லாம் கேட்குமா?
Remove them, sir. Remove them, sir.
Remove that, Redmi Note. Yeah.
I'll remove them.
கதவு பூட்டு திறந்து கதவு தந்தாதான் உள்ள போக முடியும்.
ஒவ்வொரு டைமும் தாழ்ந்துருவான்.
ஒரு வாட்டி உள்ள போயிடுச்சுன்னா கண்டினியூஸா இருக்கும். நீ வெளில வந்து திரும்பி
One is scanning, and of course another is doing through these retort pouches. But the answer is that they have to deal with many crops. In the summer they get at least half a dozen crops, and they have to go on priority. Around 5,000 people come from Assam. They have a acute labor problem, and processing jackfruit is a little bit tough job. But they are many companies. Few companies are doing, and the quantity is very nominal. So what is the loss for Maharashtra can be a gain for Kerala and Karnataka. See, today the Western world is looking for semi-processed tender jackfruit. North India is looking for semi-processed jackfruit, and the whole of India, we have only two companies, making tender jackfruit frozen. One is Safal, that is Mother Dairy. Unfortunately, the quantity is very, very less. Nothing to cater to the whole big country. And in Kerala today, another Nilambur company, Jackme, is doing frozen jackfruit. Frozen jackfruit is the best way, probably. Of course, there are other ways like, brining and other what Maharashtra is doing. But whatever the method is, it is high time we seriously start doing tender jackfruit processing as a semi-processed product for making different kinds of curries and biryani, anything, number of things. Next, see, VFPCK in whole of Kerala today, unfortunately, with so much of effort, so much of publication, so much of PPT shows and other things, this ready-to-cook jackfruit concept has not still caught up in Kerala where it should have been caught up. But today in Bangalore, one company is making it very, very seriously, and one farmer in Ernakulam, Sham, is doing it very seriously. And in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, another farmer is doing very small way, but they are doing seriously. And the gentleman in doing the natural GV Naturals in Bangalore, Mr. Naveen, he says that it is an ideal, activity, value addition for whole of India. Even in small towns like Sagar and Shimoga, they can make it. And probably one thing what they require they have to do a very serious homework about procuring and getting the supply and other things. See, this is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, you see, there are two ends. The left-hand side on roadsides, you get this simply, they pack it in a carry bags, evening and morning, 2 times. They bring it there, they sell it. And on the right-hand side, there are dozens of companies which are making products, canned products, all canned products. And the lady, what she's showing, there are 7 products. And out of that 7 products, one product is a very, very simple product. It's called brined jackfruit seed. I always ask in my awareness programs whether we can sell brined jackfruat seed to Indians. People sometimes say no, people say yes, and all that. But one gentleman didn't wait for asking questions. After we conducted a PPT in Maharashtra, Kudal, very same year, he's a farmer. He started bringing it into the market in a retorted form, half a kg. And the first year itself, he sold half a ton. His name is Sridhar Ogle. Next slide. And brining, as I said, Sri Lanka is a master. Last year, we published a success story from UK, a husband and wife team. I forgot their name and company name, something related to Jack and all that. They are pioneers, they are startups, but they are outsourcing their material from Sri Lanka, and it is in brine form. And they are popularizing it in UK, and it is caught up like anything. And I just asked the second year, their second year, the total amount of product they have procured from Sri Lanka is 20 tons. And this is what the picture you are seeing is Industrial Training Institute of Sri Lanka, and they have come out with many products. And today in Sri Lanka, all these kinds of ready to eat and ready to cook, many organizations also. Next slide, please. And maybe we can learn some of them from here. See, all this banana and jackfruit, see, it is not one thing. If you want to get the health aspects of it, it is not that we eat it 5 grams today or make a small fry or something like that. It can be a staple. You know, the Sri Lanka, this is called kos kottu. This is from the raw jackfruit, and of course there are some additions to make it more tasty and flavor and other things. And this is available in hotels. Couple of rice lunch and all, we had kos kottu, very tasty. And we have equally almost something comparable in India, in Kerala, called Chekkapulukku. Especially in Kottayam district, it's very popular, but you know, other parts also, southern India. And now again, after our friend James Joseph has shown to the world that type 2 diabetes can be, you know, with the eating, you know, raw jackfruit, it can be a very good, you know, it will diminish, it will bring down their levels, sugar levels and all that. Now, Chekkapulukku has again got importance, not only in India, but in Gulf and otherwise. And I don't know, we don't get easy statistics, but not less than a couple of dozen, minimum 1 dozen companies from Kerala is exporting frozen raw jackfruit to other countries. It has a very good, and there is one particular organization, multi-state cooperative in Bala, which has been procuring and minimally processing and freezing this raw jackfruit. And they don't have enough you know, infrastructure, but their output is quite phenomenal. But unfortunately, if they get some incentive from the government in the form of, the gentleman is mentioning that there is a cold storage which is idle about 30 kilometers away. If that is given to them, they could have procured very much. But you know what is, this is what is happening in India. Next slide, please. See, this is Chekkapulukku. Next. Let me share some of the success stories, my dear friends. This is a lady, you know, people say that nothing, this is possible, this is not possible, marketing is not possible. Some people, my own friends in Kerala says that unless you put a cover, you know, film star on the cover, it is not easy to sell and all that. These are people who haven't roped in a film star, or they don't know how to make publicity and all that. But you know, this kind of success, this lady is called Vinuta Hegde from Shirsi, and her husband, Rameshwar Hegdeji, Tumbemani. You know, they are making this like made from soft flesh jackfruit. Initially, they started from their own jackfruits. Now they are buying from the around, and what they are doing is they are once a year, and they make this jack leather, and that jack leather is folded and cut in such a way that it becomes a rectangular piece. And that rectangular piece, they sell it by quintal to Kadamba Marketing, which happily, you know, buys from them in quintals, and they wrap it in a beautiful wrapper, and it is sold as a jack, you know, jack bar, maybe 10, 15 rupees a bar. And you know, you will be very much surprised to hear that this family, maybe in 2013, they started seriously doing this. The last 7 to 8 years, the family must have made not less than 15 to 20 lakh rupees. Next slide, please. And this is what I was mentioning. This is Fanas Baji, and the lady is, you know, Srimati ji of Hemant Desai ji. You know, their brand is called Vijay, and another gentleman, Kishore Patwardhan ji. He is all behind that stacks of this one is Fanas Bhaji only, and it looks like this. And you can easily make stir fry, biryani, and other things. But you know, this product even doesn't reach whole of the state. It is sold in 2 or 3 outlets and get finished there. And many people don't know also. Unfortunately, these people, all due respect to them, their entrepreneurship and all that. One thing what is lacking is public relations and promotion. Next slide, please. And this is just a picture to show how many things are possible from jackfruit. I wonder whether there is another raw material in the whole of the world from which you can make hundreds of products like this. If somebody had documented the kind of preparations, recipes, you know, exhibited and given for tasting in maybe more than 150 Jack festivals held here, you know, from 2006 onwards. The first festival was in Uravu, Wayanad, and in Karnataka it was in Sagar area, and you know, so many possibilities. You know, from sweets like kheer, payasam, chakkavarati, then ice cream, and then namkeens, fruits, and also vacuum fry chips. Vacuum fry chips, my dear friends, is the highest produced product from jackfruit in the whole of the world. And the country in the forefront is Vietnam. And next comes is Indonesia. Indonesia makes n number of machines for vacuum frying. and there is a stiff competition. Next slide, please. You know, we have lessons. If you want lessons, if you want inspiration, there is inspiration, but you know, these are all in dark. This is it. Let me give you an example of one village in North Kannada district, Uttar Kannada district in Karnataka, called Kalache. In Kalache, you know, we don't have any statistics how much jackfruit we are wasting, but general belief is 75%. But in Meghalaya, there was a broad calculation of this, and one district collector has reported to the government saying that one particular district where they have made an assessment, they are wasting around 450 crores worth of jackfruit. If you take the same parameters and apply to Karnataka or Kerala, it will be around 2,000 crores. Anyway, that forget about that crores and other things. But you know, let us come here for the utility part, the internal consumption part. In Kalache, 75% of jackfruit is utilized, and this is their popular breakfast item till recently. This is called, you know, bhaji, jackfruit bhaji, made with you know, onion, chilies, and other things. There's something a slight variation of kosukottu and chakkapulukku, but it's very tasty because we procured the recipe and published in Adike Patrika and also in some of our WhatsApp groups, and people reported back that saying that it's very interesting and very, very tasty also. But you know, my dear friends, it's very, very tough to change the food habits of people. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is a gentleman, Chef Jose. Long before, you know, this jackfruit flour and other things came to fore, and you know, whole world came to know. The other day, Narendra Modi ji heard it from James Joseph for 2 minutes, and many Kumbhakarnas in the world got up. Oh, is it jackfruit? Is it fake? Is it correct? And all that. This gentleman, I was very passionate about his. Today he's retired, Chef Jose, and he was the first man to produce jackfruit flour from whole jackfruit. Today, many companies are doing that, and Patnamthitta KVK has a technology, and I think not less than a couple of dozens of people are making raw jackfruit flour in the whole of the country, and many of them are exporting too. Next slide, please. See, this was what I was telling about frozen jackfruit, raw frozen jackfruit. The gentleman is Mr. Roy. You know, he's the president or secretary of that multi-state cooperative, and every year a good amount of what they produce is being exported. Next slide, please. But my question, okay, export and other thing is okay, but why don't you start some campaign and you know, make people to eat a certain portion of what we produce for export? Everybody is speaking about export and selling. My question to all of my dear friends, how much jackfruit you are using? How much banana you are using at home? That's what health, you are speaking so much of health aspects and selling this only to others. Why don't you eat? Sometimes I even feel a little bit confusing that in South India, the kind of per capita consumption of jackfruit, whatever you calculate, the jackfruit has only 30% of edible portion. And I myself, in our house, every year around what breakfast from fresh raw jackfruit flour using very minimal amount of rice, maybe 20%. And that is one way of utilizing. There are many, many ways of utilizing that. I wonder that even our North Indian brothers who are buying jackfruit at a higher price, they might be using more jackfruit than us on per day basis or per capita basis. So look at the pulp. Pulp is a wonderful material, and each district with good promotion and planned in production, each district can have a jackfruit pulp production unit, and the one type of jackfruit that is wasted most is, and you know, pulp, ICR doesn't have any claim. It is the, you know, mango processors and farmers of Konkan area who have standardized this jackfruit pulp. And unfortunately, they make our Konkan friends make jackfruit pulp, and they generally don't sell it. They make double value addition. They make funnus foley out of it. But one Kerala gentleman, you know, Subhas, he went there, learned his first lessons, and then he went on studying. And today he is the leading jackfruit pulp producer in Kerala, in India, maybe in world also. Because almost 10 months a year, he is producing jackfruit pulp in a very interesting case study of exploring a market. carving a niche out of the other food processors. And his semi-processed product, jackfruit pulp, he is selling to not less than 5 years ago. Kerala was not knowing much about jackfruit pulp. They didn't taste jackfruit pulp as a product, as a commercial product. Today, this company is making so much of product, and 3 dozens of companies are buying from them. They are making ice cream, peda, then cupcake, and a number of products. And I was surprised to see one vendor selling this jackfruit peda in ordinary passenger trains also in northern Karnataka. So the best way of converting and utilizing especially soft-fleshed jackfruit, ripe jackfruit, is pulping, and the pulp can be easily kept for 6 months, and very simple, with the retort pouches, and you can achieve more shelf life also. And the n number of products can be made. Right hand side, there is, you see a packet, beautiful packet. That is jackfruit modak made from pulp. And it was who were instrumental. My friend, when we went to Kudal, we saw these people in Konkan, friends are making many making modak from different items, but they hadn't tried one from jackfruit. My friend asked one question: why you haven't done anything from jackfruit? You are making pulp. Why don't you do from pulp? Immediately, one gentleman, they caught hold of one lady who was doing a little bit of this activity, and next year they brought this market. Today, these people are producing around 4 lakh modaks, and it is the first Indian jackfruit product which has entered these big markets like what is this Big Bazaar and all things like that. Next slide, please. Funnus poli. This is Konkan's product, and of course, we may not like it because it is too sweet, but it is commanding a good price. And in Mumbai, almost what this mango leather is priced, same price of this is also that. And this is one activity where this soft-fleshed jackfruit, which otherwise would have gone composted, is being used, and people are generating some income out of it. Next slide, please. Yeah, papad, probably Karnataka is making around 30 lakh papads every year. But one of the unfortunate thing is that it is not mechanized. It is not a rocket science. If somebody apply their mind and work for 1 year along with maybe a Coimbatore, partnering with the Coimbatore company and all that, we can do that. See, there is a one mechanized example is there, but that gentleman who is making this mechanized papads with the painstaking efforts to develop one. We have these chapati making machines and all that, but with chapati making machines, we can't make jackfruit papad for the simple reason that the batter is very, very sticky. That is one reason which comes in the way. But this gentleman is using tapioca powder. Of course, he is transparent about it. He tells his people also, and that's how he is able to mechanize that. If you mechanize, small machines are available. If this not there, this big machine, machines costing about 1 lakh rupees is available. And today, in one FPO in Vittal is making this papad. I think if somebody want to make a very serious professional value addition in this area, they can go for papad making with this semi-automatic machines valued at 1 lakh rupees. And in that, the papad comes as a newspaper. It comes as Times of India. Then they cut it and make it into square pieces. Next slide, please. Yeah, see, this is beautiful. These are all products from jackfruit seed. In one exhibition, not that you would be able to buy it in all the shops and all that. One curse in Kerala's industrialization and these industries, these jackfruit industries, maybe 100 industries, but what has happened is some are only glorified home industries, and only hand counts of these industries are venturing to enter the mainstream market. All others are selling in exhibitions and jack festivals they are selling the products for MRP. And these people don't have the high ambitions, and they are happy there. And selling in an exhibition and selling to mainstream customers are two different things. It is like an acid test in mainstream market, because people will, especially Kerala customers, are not easy to satisfy. They will ask 100 questions before buying. Next slide, please. Yeah, these are all food for thoughts. Our focus is on food and livelihood. See, this one lady, Shailaja Balanja, during Corona time, I remember there are three people, Shailaja Balanja, Saukhya Mohan, and Rajeshri from Trivandrum. These people did so much of experimentation, almost at the rate of one product a day, and all from jackfruit seed. Salute to them. They have shown the way. They have given the leads what we can make from jackfruit seed. You won't believe it. Chapati, roti, noodles, whatnot and whatnot. I suggested to a local Akashvani guy, lady, and they did interview her. These are all, very, very important. The jackfruit seed people talk about making cattle feed and all that. It is not okay. It's not a bad idea. So far as people don't realize the importance of jackfruit seed as nutritionally and also, nutraceutically, there are many, many aspects. So far as people don't realize, let cattle eat it. But jackfruit seed is not one raw material. It's not a raw material that has to go to cattle. Okay, you can add a little bit, make it smell better. It gives more milk and all that. But we don't understand. That's what I was disappointed in the beginning. Everybody praises jackfruit. Everybody makes banana. But when the eating comes, we go to same old processed foods and other things. Next slide, please. Today, there is a small sigh of relief in Wayanad. Two companies have come up and these two companies are making, payasam mix from jackfruit seed. They are buying jackfruit for 25 rupees, which is an unheard price even last year. And but their major product is not jackfruit payasam mix. Major product, there's one company especially. They are making jackfruit seed, which is utilized by half a dozen companies. I don't know what is the end product, maybe biscuit and other things. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is one area we haven't ventured and we are number one from bottom. Frozen jackfruit. See, this frozen jackfruit technology, everybody says it's very expensive and unaffordable, whole chain has to be maintained. I fully agree. But there are ways, there are shortcuts. If you want to produce frozen jackfruit for local marketing, there are easier ways. This is what Indonesia has done, where Indonesia, the frozen jackfruit industry is a home industry. We ran a couple of stories on this. My eye opener was a friend of mine in one of our WhatsApp group, Mr. Michael, who is who's making vacuum, this value-added products like dehydrated tender jackfruit in Mexico. And during this COVID, he couldn't sell it. The jackfruit became ripe, and but he was an industrial engineer having some idea. So he had a old freezer also. He started making frozen jackfruit. A small quantity he made, but very, very professionally he made, and he obliged an interview, shared all his details. But we started a WhatsApp group called Frozen Jackfruit Market. But unfortunately, there were many, many speakers. Not much could be translated. One, because of the COVID, second, this lockdown and other things. And maybe next year something will materialize. But there is one gentleman, one youngster in Kerala who has imbibed all the lessons and he never said no. And he has already making some product in this. And I think he will definitely come here. Person with a lot of positive energy. Next slide, please. Yeah, we can make it is why see, jackfruit is there everywhere, banana is there everywhere. Just give a due attention. Start with the open mind. Keep flexibility. Give a full hand to your home minister. Then you can have hundreds of products from this. This is a couple of houses from our readerships. One from Madikeri and one from Sagar. They are utilizing this jackfruit seed. They have vouched not to waste even single jackfruit seed. They just dry it, dehydrate it, take to a mill and make a flour. And there are some techniques to overcome small difficulties. And they are incorporating it in their food, especially in chapati. They add up to 50%. And they say it becomes so soft and all that. And all these nutritive values or whatever other things that will go into earth. And every year, how much jackfruit seed we get from a single household? Just think about it. Next slide, please. Let me, since time is running fast, Mohan, I should make fast forward.
No, sir, you can take.
Yeah. Because this banana part is a abridged one. This is banana flour. Banana flour is like what happened to Buddha. It was a Jnanodaya. I thought this Jnanodaya is only for me, but I was more happy when I learned that this Jnanodaya is for all people, including seasoned scientists, KVK heads and all that. I put one question to all these friends. They were no, one simple question. I am 65 now, but I'm coming from a farmer's family. We must have sold thousands of till now. I hadn't eaten one single recipe because we make banana and we make banana halwa chips, many other things. Through flow route, we haven't tried anything. It's so interesting, so tasty. First time we tasted through flow route, and this is how probably all the families felt. And it's very simple. The banana after harvest, what gets rotten in 15 days, it gets ripened and rotten. That is what happened during Corona time. And many of North Canara houses have fed it to cattle. And in one of the worst areas in Hospet, they had to, feed it to monkeys and all that, for the first time in the history. But forget about this Corona period. All the banana farmers are facing this difficulty of market crisis every year. One of North Canara, farmer the other day told me, he was frank enough, he has all the accounts. He says, look here, sir, we have a variety called Kari Bale. And people say so many things, but only 6 months a year we get fair price. The rest of the 6 months, we sell it what we get because we don't have any other alternative. Now people have an alternative, making banana flow, Pakahu, Balekai Hudi. So what is it? See, whatever gets rotten in 15 days, you can convert, you can give it a reincarnation, a punarjanm of 6 months. What you require? 3 days of fun, 2 hours of man hours of 2 people, and then 1 knife, chaku, chahiye, or 1 mixie. Simple. So for 6 months, you can convert it to banana flour and keep it for 6 months. But what is the advantage of banana flour? Banana flour is nothing new. Is nothing new, but many of our intelligentsia farmers, many of our scientists also didn't know that it is so simple. The first lady who made it, Naina Anand from Tumkur, she said in Kannada, sir, idu yaru madಬಹುದು, yenenu kashta illa, nan nagnakta madide. Today, not less than 250 houses are making it, and 15 houses, how farming families are selling banana flour either through online, and they have made so much of preparations that in this Malnad belt, there is no food preparation that is not left done with bakahu, banana flour. Maybe for some of the products, they might have blended it with some normal flour. But take for example, for chapati, 50% if you replace, nobody can know. And this thalipit, this roti, and also idiyappam noodles, it all can be made with 100%, but we need not be rigid. And see the advantages. One, it is gluten-free. Second, it is very easy for digestion. And then the starch, it has this resistant starch with less glycemic index. So it is suitable for diabetics also. And it has prebiotics. So it gives a substrate for, developing many microorganisms in the gut. And, many other things, potassium, and good for, constipation. You don't need any other medicine at all. But why? It is always any time better. Even experts, nutrition experts, Dr. Raghu says that if you bid goodbye to your cereal affection, gehum or chawal, if you just bid goodbye to this and use this in a fair proportion, you can bid goodbye to lifestyle diseases. And there were some lessons from this one. I was very much surprised. One surprise because in Kerala, banana flour is nothing new. There are many companies making it. Banatu, the biggest company, which has invested crores of rupees making banana flour from Nendran and even exporting. And you go to region from region. In some areas, Nendran is considered as the best for baby food. If you come to central Kerala, Thrissur area, Kannangayam or Kunnangayam, it is not grown as plantation crop. It is intercrop between Arakanat garden. It is people say it is the best. And you come to North India, North Kerala, Mandangaya, they say is good. And if you come to South Kerala, they say Budi Bale is good. We came across one gentleman, middle class family, one farmer, maybe having 4 acres or 5 acres, I don't know. And he said, sir, since the last 12 years, we haven't sold banana as banana. Then I said, what you have done? He said, sir, a little bit of small percentage of it, we make sukeli, banana feed, and a major percent goes as baby food. I said, what is your brand? He said, sir, no brand, very simple. We pack it, and my brother has a medical shop and he sells it. In the last 10 to 12 years, we have been selling it. Then I said, which variety? Sir, he said, people say many things, sir, but any variety is good enough to be as baby food. Okay. And we make something like, they call it a sweet preparation. Even children without teeth and all can eat it. It is called mani in this part. So whole of Kerala believes that jackfruit is a good baby food. No doubt it is a good baby food. Go to Maharashtra. Maharashtra, Jalgaon, there are 50,000 hectares of banana called as banana capital. And there, this banana flour making is a decentralized activity. No big companies. It is made at all homes. Thousands of households, they are making banana flour from time immemorial with very simple process. And some of them are selling. They are selling in tons also. Maybe very small people, maybe half a ton, something like that. But I mean, the laymen, they are not small people, laymen. So the thing is interesting is that if you go to some Jalgaon, it is not only farmers who are making banana flour, all the people, the whole community makes it. They get raw material, if they want to, they get raw material without any cost. Just go to a banana field where the harvesting is going on, ask the owner whether they can take, while chopping the banana bunch, what they do, the 1 or 2 hands, smaller ones, they cut it off and that falls on the ground and nobody picks it up. So just request the owner, sir, can I take some? Then he said, come on, bring a auto to take all that's why, because so much of it. So raw material is not a problem. So what they do is what Jalgaon people or Maharashtra people do with this banana flour, they use it as a fasting food, fasting day food. They make bhakri, they make shira, they make talipit and all that, and they eat it. Unfortunately, see, nice that it is decentralized, nice that people are utilizing it, but unfortunate part in Kerala and Maharashtra is that Kerala believes that it is baby food and Maharashtra believes it is fasting type food. It is true, but it is Karnataka. It is especially in Karnataka, the North Kannada district housewives who have shown that it is much, much beyond a baby food and fasting day food. It is a versatile mainstream flow which can be eaten by not only by the baby, but by her parents, her grandparents, everybody can make use of it. Maybe with a little bit of very small nominal blending of other flours. So this is an eye opener. Without spending, without ICR spending a single rupee, our housewives have come out with such a useful, knowledge that banana flour can be versatile flour, and you can any farmer can make it. Farmer or anybody, even people in villages, they can buy this banana. Even if it is highly priced, they can buy the second. Seconds is always 50% cheaper, and there are ways to make it. And people ask us whether you can replace maida. It is left to people because for farmers there are many possibilities to make it the production cost cheaper. But a consumer in urban area, he will feel a little bit tough because what is the available 30 maida or the best atta today? Anything from 30 to 50 rupees. Spending around 200 to 300 rupees may be a little tough for them to start with. But the same thing is given as a roti mix or a ready mix, dosa flour and all that. He will without that's a different thing. But they can make at least a graded use. So it's so much beneficial it is. And forgetting about marketing first, we are 10 lakh banana farmers in this country. And during COVID time, we just we were so helpless. We threw it back to the soil. Instead of that, have a breakfast, have a meal out of it. And another way is next slide. Yeah, this is how to make it. Very simple process. 3 steps. Cut it and a little bit of treatment to don't go for any chemicals. Either with this rice water, this what we call as this while cooking the rice, the liquid water is there, and around 20 to quarter liter of that in 1 liter of water, you immerse it. This is to remove the astringency and also stop the oxidation to retain the color. Or a simple thing is a little bit old buttermilk is small quantity, diluted. So then make chips out of it. You can retain the skin also, not full, that take out the outside fiber that way. Then dehydrate it. If you have a good
ದೀಪು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿತ್ತು ಒಳಗೆ ಗೋಡನ್ನ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಐರನ್ ಬಟ್ಟೆ
done is necessary. And then in the ordinary mixing, you can make powder. Or you can retain these chips. They call it as dollar in Jalgaon. And they retain the dollar and they encash the dollar when it is required. Next slide, please. Yeah, so many products. What is the dry jamun hai, or uniappam, or paddu, and even your upma, dosa, regular, in Uttara Kannada they make a dosa called tellevu, and it is very skillful, and with 100% flour they are able to make this tellevu. And there are 3 types of preparations. One is sweets, and the second one is fries, and the third one is day-to-day item. Even day-to-day items can be made, and some of the families have already decided that they will have part of the food as banana-based food, banana flour-based food. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is how families are making it. Yeah, one dryer, all the 2-3 steps, dollar, that is chips, and dehydrated. Powder is not fully white, it is a little bit of off-white, sometimes maybe still darker, but don't mind about it. Next slide, please. Yeah, so it has caught up so much that 2 months, within just 2 months, this spread like a wildfire, and even our Pradhan Mantri ji made a mention of it in Man Ki Baat. And during a very hard times of Corona and Mahali disease in North Kerala, Shirsi, when one organization conducted a cookery contest, 70 housewives came there. They brought so many products, and the Atari director, Dr. Venkata Subramanian, was so impressed that he has asked these people, KVK guys, to bring out a recipe book on this. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is one family which started, producing banana flour, Vasundhara Hegde and Prabhakar Hegde. Maybe by this knowledge we got in on July 23rd, June 23rd, and July probably maybe, yeah, July end, these people might have started, and by now they must have sold not less than 3.5 quintals of banana flour. Next slide, please. All through online, through a marketing platform in Facebook, they are doing this. Next slide, please. And this is a very interesting breakfast item, or maybe 4 o'clock short eat. This is vermicelli, idiyappam, noodles, banana noodles. It's a traditional product of our area, this coastal Karnataka, and also very simple, very instant to make. Generally, the popular idiyappam is made from rice. This banana idiyappam can be made even with a lesser work. Actually, it doesn't require that much of work like making rice idiyappam. Just steam cook the banana, any banana for that matter. Vegetable bananas are better because they are not very hard. The steam cook it with the skin intact, then take it out, deskin it, and press it while it is still hot. While it is still hot is important, because once it once it is completely cool, pressing becomes a little bit difficult, or maybe you have to again a little bit heat it. Then we haven't added salt. If you want to add salt, you have to cut this banana and put a little bit of salt and then steam cook it. Otherwise, you just press it, extrude it, and then season it. While seasoning, you can put maybe whatever you require, maybe your tomato, pea, or shenga, or whatever. So this was a traditional thing. I know after coming to know this, we published this story in 2007. One Sushila Bhatt Patanadka, so she has been eating it since the last 50 years. Today, she was there in the webinar conducted by CPCRI KVK, and she is still very active, and she is still passionate about it. And from her, Dr. Sarita Hegde learned, and she made a campaign in Kasaragod area, around 70 Balwadis, Anganwadis. They went and started promoting and popularizing. Unfortunately, fortunately, everybody liked it, but unfortunately, it didn't make much, inroads into the people's food habits. But now it is a time, now, around more than 100 houses have made it. And one gentleman, one hotel owner in Bangalore, with the chain of hotels has been experimenting with this to introduce in their this one. And you see here, we got people in my own neighborhood. I'm living in Padre in Kerala, a bordering village. In my neighborhood, Katakukke, there is one family which is making this banana shavike. This is, we call it as baka show. There's a raw material, is balekai, raw plantain. They are making it every year and eating it often, and they are dehydrate it. And once they dehydrate with using 3 or 4 days sun, they can nicely keep it in an airtight jar for even 1 year. And her daughter is in Dubai, and when she comes here, she takes a part of it to her house. And later on, we came to know that there are 3 generations of people who are still affectionate about it and are making this and are making also dehydrated these noodles. So why can't we commercialize this? Why can't it be a rural rural industry? And see, idiyappam is very popular in Tamil Nadu, and there are shops, 4-decade-old idiyappam shop, and nowadays very, very modern idiyappam machines are coming. So people can think about it. Scientists friends here can, think about it, about sensitizing some people and spreading this knowledge. This is an instant breakfast, very healthy, very easy to make, very tasty, as well as healthy behind. Next. Yeah, this is Nendran without any coloring or any Photoshop. This is Nendran noodle. My dear friends, with this, I've taken a little bit more time. I would apologize to you. I conclude, and if there is any questions, we can go for that. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much for a very informative talk. If any of you have any questions, you can kindly ask.
Unmute ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. My name is Raghavendra. Hello.
Yes, Raghavendra, please carry on.
Yes. Sir, we have, it was a very wonderful presentation with a lot of positivities, various ways of making things possible and happening. One of the biggest challenge which I found was jackfruit is only a once in a year crop. It's a once in a year crop. So how do we sustain an industry which for a year round activity?
Very interesting question. Probably we have to study this in detail. Jackfruit is a crop which many of Indians have studied properly. Jackfruit is a very complex raw material. It is a tough raw material, but we believe that it is a seasonal. Okay, it is seasonal. And what is season? March to June, July. Okay. It is a major season in whole of India. But you go to Pandruti in Tamil Nadu, Kadalur district, you get jackfruit round the year. All the 365 days you have money in your pocket and have a car with you, you can bring jackfruit. Okay, number one. In Kerala, jackfruit is there all the 12 months, not at one place. Idukki is one district in Kerala where jackfruit is available for 9 months. Our friend Autocarpus Limited in Kannur is running his factory, making pulp 10 months a year. And Diva Foods in Balarampur, Trivandrum, since last more than 1 decade or so, he is making jackfruit chips 10 months a year. How is this possible? In this is the story. In this is the secret for your answer. No, that is not a secret. What we have to do is, sir, there are different types of jackfruit. Is there bearing, production time is different. Some are normal. If you just take the case of Pandruti, a good number of trees give crop only during the normal season. Okay. Then there are about 3 to 5% of jackfruit trees, which we call as twice bearing. They have a very small maternity leave. They stop their production June, July, August, September, they have leave. October, they started giving again crop, twice bearing. And then there are some what we call as Baramasi. And the person having a 5 acre or 10 acres will be having 2 or 3 trees which are giving crop for 8 months, 10 months like that. All this put together, what Pandrutians sell for 365 years, it is sourced from Pandruti only. there are some cultivars. So your question is very, very interesting, thought of, I appreciate. So there are two ways, sir. One is, you try to procure jackfruit, make a list of it, make a database where jackfruit is available. There are people in Kerala who have database in their head. Unfortunately, of the country, we haven't cared to prepare a database of jackfruit production. For your kind information, in Karnataka today, our friends in horticulture department say that there are more than 1,000 hectares of new plantation mode, monoculture jackfruit, and all these are new cultivars, and people are very intelligent and educated people who have raised it. That is a nice thing. But of course, monoculture, we have some reservations. Just forget it. But the unfortunate part, we have some people who are asking, sir, I want 1 ton of jackfruit, which is of a same variety. Can you give us a contact? No, sorry, because we don't have a database. But so create a database, and then there are people, middlemen, who can do this. But we should, in each state, we should have a jackfruit calendar. A database is one, calendar is different. Calendar is, you see, if you go to Idukki, when the crop is ceases in, say, August, September, August in Idukki, low-lying areas. In high ranges, the crop just starts. So high ranges procurement is not easy, but crop is there. So there are many different ways. And from Karnataka, last crop, Tumkur, and early crop from Tumkur goes to Kerala, because Kerala, there are industries, they are looking for jackfruit that goes from places like Tovinikere. In Tovinikere, for example, Tovinikere is in Tumkur district of Karnataka. We have a gentleman there, as a writer, our writer, Mr. Padmaraju. He made a study 5 years ago. What he did, he went to 40-50 farmers of the nearby area. When he studied during jackfruit off season. And what was his inference after working for 1.5 months is that if farmers don't sell this jackfruit for peanuts while it is still tender jackfruit and all that, if they return it till the maturity, in and around 10 kilometers of Tovinakere, you can get jackfruits round the year. But question is, my dear friend, the quantity will be less. Okay, the quantity will be less. But quantity, though it is less, how much industry can utilize a day? Maximum 40, 20, 30. Yeah. And what you do then? How do you fill up the gap? What you said is very important. See, you just evaluate the best off-season varieties, and then propagate it and give it to farmers of your area, and tell them that we will buy. Otherwise, since it is off-season, there will be buyers will come. So, and there are some varieties like this Vietnam Super Early. Vietnam Super Early goes on giving crop. So that can also bridge. Right now in Kerala, Kannur, in Iriti, there is a tree that is, as you go on progressing, you come to know about this. We are publishing a story in our November issue. When the whole of the area jackfruit is not there, this tree starts giving yield for another 3 months. So it is a bridge variety. So make mass multiplication. Already the neighboring farmer, who is also a nurseryman, is producing 3,000-4,000 trees. So these are the ways how you can bridge. Hope I have answered your question, my dear.
Yes, sir. Very well addressed, sir. One more, for continuing with that, I just wanted to, you said there are some gaps, like there is no data or index of various calendar yieldings, cycles. That's one challenge I think we will have to address. But are there any, like, as it is also not a APMC based activity, are there any traders or wholesalers database available, sir?
No. Wholesalers will never centralize their information, because if it is stolen, that will be threat for their business. They never. So, my dear friend, actually, forget about traders. Traders have all their database on their heads only. But I haven't come across any institution or anybody doing it. There was a small effort by the VFPCK, one youngster. We are publishing that story now. And in Karnataka, one journalist, a Hindu business line journalist, a senior journalist, has just prepared a paper how using this social media we can build up some sort of database. Unfortunately, it is yet to carry out. One gentleman is making this ready to cook jackfruits in Bangalore. He is a techie. he has his own inputs. He says this can be still improvised and we can make it. And we have clubbed together, and of course the idea is still in cold storage, but it is possible. So what we have decided is we will come out with, of course, our shoulders are full, so we couldn't go further, but ideas are there. We thought we will make a database of at least in one panchayat area, so that it is a model for others to emulate and improve upon.
So we will start from Tumkur, sir.
My dear, we want people who are working at the field, with all due respect to you. Our head has only ideas at the moment because we are full, our creative time is fully exhausted. Let me be very honest with you. People who can come forward, make a small effort, don't do it, taluk basis, this one and all that. Don't do, taking some government agencies for belief, because with all my work in jackfruit, I'm still unable to impress upon the necessity of a database to a scientist and development agents. I am very sorry to tell that. And you are very much interested. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, this is Rajkumar, scientist, food technology, DCR Puttur, sir.
Namaste.
Yes, sir. Namaste, sir. It was very nice talk indeed. I got so many insights of this jackfruit and banana processing from you, sir. Sir, one small question I have, like kiwi fruit and this dragon fruit, they occupy table very fastly in the world, sir.
Yeah.
Coastal belts of India, mostly they are rich with this jackfruit and banana. Banana, yes, definitely it is in different parts also. But jackfruit fruit particularly, it is lying in the coastal belts of India. So what is that making difference? Like these foreign fruits are coming into our fields and occupying the table very well, and these things are not reaching, despite the nutritional value is very well defined nowadays. Earlier it was not there, but now since we are saying that it is very potent enough to cure and to bring down the sugars. So despite knowing these facts, what are the things we are lacking in? May it be a policy, may it be individual concerns, but what are the difference that makes this difference? Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you are asking, people are taking so much of interest on dragon fruit, kiwi fruit, but not on jackfruit and banana, right?
I'm not saying interest, sir, but they have somehow brought to the table. What is that force? What is the driving force which can bring these exotic foods to the table, but not this valued traditional fruits to the table? In your observation, sir, probably I should answer that question, but you are being a very senior. Yes, sir.
No, Rajkumarji,
sir.
Interesting question. Probably you have almost answered it.
Yeah.
Because there are no powerful spokesman like Rajkumar behind it.
Yeah, I agree, sir. I agree, sir. I agree that, but probably, sir, there may be.
Yeah, Rajkumar, may share a small anecdote.
Yeah.
This what is this cholesterol issue about coconut oil? There was a big debate, if you recall, maybe about 10-15 years ago, when there no much spokesman, BM Hegdeji and all started later. When there was no much powerful spokesman about coconut oil, there was one gentleman in Kerala who was seriously defending that this cholesterol issue is not there in coconut oil and all that. He was a much sought after spokesman, okay? And he was invited by Akashvani, AAR, for a talk and all that. So he was telling, there is no point why we should go for all this palm oil and this vanaspati. It is good enough and all that. He gave a very powerful, interview in maybe TV or AAR. Came back home, and while he was entering, there was a boy near his door, and he realized that the boy is a courier boy. His wife has ordered for Postman brand vanaspati. The husband is campaigning for coconut oil, and the wife has ordered for this is the kind of thing, my dear. What to do?
Sir, good evening, sir. One more clarification, sir.
Please.
Sir, regarding you mentioned about the frozen jackfruits.
Yeah.
We were also exploring one more technology, sir, like freeze-dried solutions.
Yeah.
Where the nutritional level also enhances, and the best part is 95% of the mass is reduced through the freeze-dried technology. But only challenge is that, whichever is my observation, sir, only challenge is it is slightly capital intensive. Sir, your thoughts on that, sir?
Sir, freeze dry is a good technology, but we should know where to apply this. The first thing I have a little bit of difference is if you just give a freeze dried jackfruit, ripe jackfruit, a consumer, he will never appreciate it. He has clear knowledge of taste of a fresh jackfruit. He will rather prefer if the fresh is not available, he will even would be ready to compromise with the frozen, but freeze dried, the taste is not retained. First number thing. And second thing, what you have mentioned, the cost part of it, and anybody entrepreneur, it's production cost itself is very high. And if any entrepreneur is, starting an industry, he should have 2 machines, because, if something goes wrong, and another 15 days will be going, technology is very high. Whereas frozen technology, though it is on the prima facie looks and all, it looks very expensive. There are ways to reduce it, and Indonesia has done it. There are examples. Malaysia has done it. Vietnam has done it. There are ways you can do it. And one of the best benefits what you can derive from going frozen in jackfruit is that you can make jackfruit available in any place for round the year. And a product that is available round the year, surely in at least 2 outlets in one particular city, will have lot more, business. As people, a consumer will never think about season and all that. When he will ready to shell out money, he want the product. He doesn't know about what our friend says, it's a one-time production, season production. He's not bothered about it. He wants. So frozen has lot of more edges. It is far more practical and beneficial as compared to this one. I don't want to undermine this freeze-dried technology has a role, but you have to think about the consumer side also.
ಹಲೋ, ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಸರ್, ಹೊನ್ನೂರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರು
ಈಗ ತಾವು ಹೊನ್ನೂರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, MOE ಹೊನ್ನೂರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಭಾಗದಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು. ತಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷಣ ಕೇಳಿ ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಜಾಕ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಬನಾನಾ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮಳೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಬೀಳುವಂತ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಈ ಜಾಕ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಜಾಕ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಈ ಉತ್ತರ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಹೇಗೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ತಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಗಮ್ಲೆಸ್ ಜಾಕ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಪಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರಲ್ಲಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಾಗ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಿನಂತಿ ಸರ್.
ಯಜಮಾನ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಹೊನ್ನೂರು ಉತ್ತರ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು.
ನಾನು ಧಾರವಾಡ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ ಸರ್, ಧಾರವಾಡ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ.
ಧಾರವಾಡ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲಸನ್ನ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರ ಹೇಳೋ ಬದಲು ನಿಮ್ ಗಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ 2 ದಿವಸ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲಸಿನ ಮರ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿ, ಯಜಮಾನರನ್ನ ಮಾತಾಡಿಸಿ. ಸರ್, ನಮಗೆ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್, ನಾವು ವಿದರ್ಭ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಈವರೆಗೆ ಈಗಲೂ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಮಿತ್ರರು ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಪ್ಪು ಮಣ್ಣಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಕಾಟನ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲಸು ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಕಪ್ಪು ಮಣ್ಣಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲಸು ಬೆಳೆಸಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಆದಾಯ ಗಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಾಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದೆವು. ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಪ್ಪು ಮಣ್ಣಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತೊಂದರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಬಿರುಕು ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸರ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನಂದ್ರೆ ಹಲಸಿಗೆ ಒಂದು 3, 4, 5 ವರ್ಷದವರೆಗೆ ಅದು ಸಬ್ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ವರೆಗೆ ಅದರ ತಾಯಿ ಬೇರು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಪಾತ್ರ ವಹಿಸೋದು. ಅದು ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಆಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಬ್ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಸಿಗುವಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬದುಕಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಕಾಟನ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಗರಸು ಮಣ್ಣು ಆ ತರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ಗಳು. ಅಥವಾ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಯಾರು ಹಲಸು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತರ ಸಿಕ್ಬಹುದು. ನಮಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಿಜಾಪುರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಹಲಸು ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ದಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಯಾವ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರ್ಥ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಕಡು ಬೇಸಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡೋದು. ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕುಜಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಪಾತ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವನ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಅದರ ಬೇರನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸಾಯಿಲ್ಗೆ ಅಡಿಮಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ದಾಟಿಸಿಬಿಡಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಹಲೋ ಸರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಈಗ ಏನು ಒಂದು ಗಮ್ಲೆಸ್ ಜಾಕ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ತಳಿ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಕಿರು ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಸರ್.
ಇದು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ರು ಟಿಮೋತಿ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳುವವರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂತ ಹಲಸು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಣ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ Co65 ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡುವಂತ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ನಮ್ಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಒಂದು ಗಮ್ಲೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ವಿ. ಅದು ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಆಂಧ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ ಇದೆ. ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಗುಣ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಮೇಣ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹಣ್ಣಾಗುವಾಗ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮೇಣ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗುಣ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫೈಬರ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಸೊಳೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ತಿಂದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ತಿಂತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೂರನೇ ಗುಣ, ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅದ್ರ ಶೆಲ್ಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು 10-12 ದಿವಸ ಫ್ರಿಜ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಜಾಣತನದಿಂದ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಮೂರನೇ ಗುಣ. ಅದ್ರ ಒಂದು ಕೊರತೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಅಳಿಲು ಕಚ್ಚಿ ತಿನ್ನುವವರೆಗೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಅದು ಹಣ್ಣಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಬಹಳ ನಿಧಾನ. ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆಂಟ್. ಹಾಗೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಗಮ್ಲೆಸ್ಸೇ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಜಾಕ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇದ್ದ ಉತ್ತರಗಳು ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಹಣ್ಣುಗಳ ವೆರೈಟಿಗಳನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಪತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ವಿದೇಶಗಳಿಂದ ತಂದಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಆನ್ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೆಟ್ಟು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಮನೆ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ 1-2 ಗಿಡ ನೆಟ್ಟು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಡ್ಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಗೆ ಬಳಸುವರಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಅಡ್ಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗುಣದೋಷಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಹೋದ ವಿದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ರು ತೋಟ ಎಬ್ಬಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ವಿದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲಸಿಂದೆ ತೋಟಗಳಿರೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಅವರು ಗಮ್ಲೆಸಿಂದೆ ತೋಟ ಎಬ್ಬಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈಸ್ ಮೇಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮನಿ ಬೈ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ನಾವು ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಉದ್ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಳೆಸೋದಾದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಆದಾಯ ತರುವಂತ ಏನಾದ್ರು ವೆರೈಟಿಗಳಿವೆ, ನೋಡೋದು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹಲಸು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರುವಾಗ ನೀವು ಬೆಳೆಸಿದ್ರೆ ಜನ ಗಾಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ತರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ಸರ್. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Namaste.
Hello, can I ask one question, please?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Dodmani here. I think I've spoken to you once, Mr. Padre. Yeah, I want to know what are the good sources of for getting saplings in Karnataka.
Sir, see, there is one gentleman by name Jack Anil at Puttur.
Okay.
He is producing jackfruit seeds. I mean grafts. He's a very skilled craftsman and he is a mass multiplier and he produces in a large quantity and goes to Jack festivals and all that. One. There is another gentleman by name Guru Raj Baltilaya near Atradi. He doesn't go to fairs and all that. This is not large scale. He doesn't employ many people and all that. But he has very limited quantities. Limited quantities. Sometimes customers have to wait. But one aspect about him is he will never, mislead, and there is no switching off because he is dealing with limited quantities. There is no switching of qualities, because X variety is being labeled as Y. Such things are not there. And another thing is he knows the in and out of these things. What happens is, sir, what we call as best variety. If Dodmaniji, if you ask me to shortlist 4 varieties today in 2021, and if you ask in 2023, probably 3 out of that 4 will go and new varieties will come. So what selections we have, and again selections has to be made based on many things, sir. Just what are best varieties? We can't answer. What is your condition? What is your purpose? Are you ripping it off and selling it loose as a ready to eat jackfruit? So are you do you want to process it? All these questions have to be addressed before selecting the varieties. Am I clear, sir?
Crystal.
Thank you.
Hi,
Thank
sir.
you.
Myself Meher from
Yeah.
Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah.
Sir, is blast freezing a feasible technology for storing tender jack?
Sir, what has happened is in frozen front,
Sir.
we don't have many doers who are able to share this. Very little experimentation has been done with the blast freezing in jackfruit, except frozen jackfruit. In Kerala, frozen is being exported. not
Yes.
ripe one. Frozen raw is exported. This is blast freeze and all that. But tender, I don't have a clear information, sir.
All right. Sir, I have another question. So we have a proprietary food from jackfruit. So we just want to experiment on that. Can we have any research and a facility like a, specialized lab or a kitchen where we can experiment on it?
Could you please repeat, sir? What is the kind of experiments you want to?
We have a proprietary food from jackfruit, sir. It's a kind of a jackfruit based, patty or something like a cutlet, you say. So we just want to improve the product.
You are already marketing, sir?
No, sir. We just, we are a home-based business. We just started.
Okay.
And we tried some recipes and really came out very good.
Okay.
And now I just want to commercialize it. So for that thing, I want to, have a proper lab or, any facility wherein I can do for further research for that, as far as shelf life is concerned and other stuff.
Probably, my dear friends, all our scientist friends sitting over here, they might be in a better position because I don't have a very clear answers. And because, to be very honest with you, very little jackfruit research and experimentation is going, though it looks, we call it superfood, so much of information is in the media and all that. We see many TVs, YouTube and all that. Still, our scientific world, with all due respect to my scientist friends sitting over here, the kind of research going on jackfruit in the country is very, very unsatisfactory. Many of our people who are able to take decisions have not still taken a favorable decisions in this regard. I'm very sorry to say this.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But there are exceptions. You can try, my dear, one-to-one.
Sure, sir.
Sir, one more clarification, sir. So in the frozen products, can we try IQF, sir?
Yeah, you can try, if you want to, if you have more and more facility. IQF, of course, is, it is being tried also. In Malaysia, there is a very big company. You can get a good video of them. They are doing IQF, they are doing only IQF, and during Corona time, they had a stock of around 20-30 tons of, frozen jackfruit to sell because they couldn't sell it other way. They are making IQF. IQF can be definitely used, but it is still more expensive. That's why even blast freezing is for that matter. Gentlemen, there is a guy in Karnataka, Kerala, who was producing this vacuum fried chips. So he wanted to. It's a startup, and he put in a lot of money into that, and he's a very hard worker. But he didn't know how to continue this product during off season and all that. He is a regular Vietnam visitor. He wanted to import from Vietnam. It was it's financially possible, but there were some many obstacles. Finally, he learned the technology from how other countries are doing, how Vietnam is coping up with the situation. So he learned it from there, and he put in a lot of money, and he saw that ripe jackfruit, these carpels are blast frozen, then stored in a this cool room, and then whenever he required it to make this vacuum fried chips, it is transported in a reefer truck to this one. But long before ICR realized that we should research on this gentleman has done and has been successful, and also he has sold maybe 2, 3, 4 tons of this frozen jackfruit to one pulp factory in Kerala. But he is a friend of mine, but it is his work. I can't publish because this is one of the things. There are many things there. If we want much progress in all these things is necessary. Blast freezing, making frozen jackfruit available is very, very important. Indonesia, after Corona, kind of rise in frozen jackfruit and kind of outlets where frozen jackfruit. One thing, frozen jackfruit small units are making, and there are some resellers and also online shops which are selling that. And it is there. Then the third category, they do the door delivery because Corona time people are not going out. Indonesia's vacuum, this frozen jackfruit, this one is something to be studied. Of course, they are lacking in some of the hygiene aspect and all that. Of course, that we can make fine tuning. But we should look and do this. It is very unfortunate is that nothing concrete has been even thought of. Forget about doing. I spoke to many food science scientists here, and we told them that we have started a group also, but unfortunately the group is also a little bit frozen now because people are not taking much interest. This is the kind of thing, my dear friend.
Will there be any sensory variation in IQF, sir?
No, that is a technical question, too big for me. I am a layman, my dear friend. Googlies, please. All Googlies may be diverted to my scientist friend sitting near, I mean, on the other side. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Organizers, how is your time? I am ready. I can spend my time, but it is up to you to blow the whistle.
No problem for us, sir. If there are some speakers who, there are some audience in the audience, if they want to speak some.
So organizer is there, and the last question is there. I will be here.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ತಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಿನಂತಿ, ಏನು ಬಾಳೆ ಹಿಟ್ಟು
at least ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರಾದ್ರೂ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಅಂತ.
ಹೊನ್ನೂರು ಸರ್, ನಾನೇ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ದವನೆ, ಹೊನ್ನೂರೇ, ಧಾರವಾಡದವರು. ಈಗ ಬಾಳೆದು ಏನು ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ಪೌಡ್ರು. ಸೊ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಜನ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಿತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ ಈ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಲಾಸು ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನ ಸರಳ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬಹಳ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಟಿಪ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಳೆ ಬೆಳೆಗಾರರು ಇದ್ದಾರಾ ಮಾಡುವವರು? ಹಲೋ ಹೊನ್ನೂರು ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ,
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಳೆ ಬೆಳೆಗಾರರು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಮಾಡುವವರು ಇದ್ದಾರಾ ಅಣ್ಣ?
ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್, ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಹಳ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕ್ರಮ ಬಹಳ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಅದು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನೇ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸರಳ ತಮ್ಮ ಟಿಪ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಗೋ ಅಹೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಸರ್.
ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೊದಲು ನೀವು ನನಗೊಂದು ಭಾಷೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. 15 ದಿವಸದೊಳಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಚಿತ್ರ ಸಹಿತ ಗುರುದಕ್ಷಿಣೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಎಸ್ ಸರ್. ಪಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ದು ಏನು ಅಭ್ಯಂತರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸರ್. ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ.
ಬಾಳೆಕಾಯಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೋಹನ್ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? ನನ್ನ ಇಮೇಲ್ ಐಡಿ ತಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಗತ್ತಾ?
ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್, ಆಯ್ತು.
ಒಂದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರೋ ಕೆಲವರು ಮಾಡುವವರಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ನಾನು ಇದು ಟೆಕ್ ಸ್ಯಾವಿ ಅಲ್ಲದ ಕಾರಣ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಮೋಹನ್.
ಹಾಕಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ.
ಹೊನ್ನೂರು ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ಸರ್ ಯಾವ ಬಾಳೆಕಾಯಿಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಬಾಳೆಕಾಯಿಯನ್ನ ನೀವು ಇದು ಅದರ ಟಿಪ್ ಇರತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ತುದಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ ತೆಗೀರಿ. ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ ತೆಗೆಯುವಾಗ ಇದು ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ ತೆಗೆದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ ತೆಗೆಯೋದು ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಕೆಲವು ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳಿಗೆ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ. ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ ತೆಗೆದು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ತೆಗೆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಸರ್ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಹುಳಿ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಂದಿನಿ ತಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹುಳಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಹುಳಿ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆಯನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಒಂದು ನೀವು ಏನು ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಟೀ ಕಪ್ನದ್ದು, ಒಂದು ಕಪ್ಪಿಂದು 1 ಲೀಟರ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಾಕು. ಅಷ್ಟು ಹುಳಿ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬಾಳೆ ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ ತೆಗೆದು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಳುಗಿಸಿ, ಒಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಅದನ್ನ ಚಾಕು ತೆಕೊಂಡು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಲೈಸರು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ತೆಳ್ಳಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಡ್ರೈಯರ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಒಣಗಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಸಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಸಿಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಣಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. 3 ದಿವಸ ಒಣಗಿಸಿ, ಕನಿಷ್ಠ 3, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, 3 ಅಂತೂ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ಬಹುದು. ಒಣಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ 70% ಕೆಲಸ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಒಣಗಿಸಿ ಇಟ್ಟದನ್ನ, ಆ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಡ್ರೈ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಹಂಗೆ ನೀವು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಒಂದು ಮಿಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ 5 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಡಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಆ ಪುಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ನೈಸ್ ಪುಡಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ನೈಸ್ ಪುಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಹಳೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಿನ್ನೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಿಕ್ಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ ಹುಡಿ ಅಂತ ನಂಬಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದು ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯ, ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದವರು. ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಹೊನ್ನೂರವರೇ, ಯಾವ ರೈತ ಕುಟುಂಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಳೆಕಾಯಿ ಹುಡಿಯನ್ನ ಅವರು ಚರಿತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ನಂಬಿಕೆ. ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹುಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನೇರ ದೋಸೆ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಫೋಟೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸುತ್ತಲಿನ ಮನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದೇ ಡಿಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದೇ ಮೇಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೌಡರ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೋ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಮೇಕ್. ಹೊನ್ನೂರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ನಾನು ಹೇಳುದು ಸರಳ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರಾ ಯಜಮಾನ್ರು?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅವರು
ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ನಾನು ಕೇಳೋದು.
ಹೊನ್ನೂರವ್ರೆ ನೀವು
ಹೊನ್ನೂರವರು ಹೇಳಿ.
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಹೊನ್ನೂರ್ ಅವ್ರ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ಸರ್, ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ತಾವು ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ.
ಸರ್ ಈ ಬಾಳೆಕಾಯಿ ಡಿಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಮಾಯಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಸರ್?
ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಒಣಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಒಣಗಿದ ಒಂದು ಶಬ್ದ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ನನಗೆ ಈ ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಈ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಅಡಿತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ನಾವು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅವು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ. ನಾವು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅದು ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು ಸರ್. ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗ ಆಡಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಗಲಗಲಗಲ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. 3 ದಿವಸ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬಿಸಿಲು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೂ ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಈ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ನನಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದ ಏನೇನೋ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಮುಂದಿನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನೋಡೋದು ಅಂತ. ಅದು ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಸರ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಸರ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ 150 ಮಂದಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ನೀವು ಎಡವಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 6 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದು 4 ತಿಂಗಳು ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಟು ಬಿ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಸೇಫರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಸರ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಒಣಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಜನರಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಫುಲ್ ಬಿಸಿಲು ಬಂದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾರಸಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ 3 ದಿವಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಒಣಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಸರ್?
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತು
ಸರ್. ನಾನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಯಂತ್ರಗಳು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾಳೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಮೀಟರ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೆಲೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಒಂದು ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಮೀಟರ್ ತಂದಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಸಿದ್ಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸರಳ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟು ಸರಳ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ, ಹೊನ್ನೂರ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ, ಹೊನ್ನೂರ ಊರ್ನವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಾಳೆಕಾಯಿ ಪುಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ. I think questions, the pace of questions have come down. Idara yaradru? Anybody who want to any questions or your feedback is also important.
Sir, many people have given feedback in their chat section, which I'll be able to pass it on to you, sir. That is the one thing. And the second thing I would like to inform here, we have people participating from all over India. Including Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra and also Kerala and other parts, and also from international participation is also there. People from Philippines, especially there are 2 people from Philippines, Mr. or Mrs. I don't know, Hazel, and another person was there, and there was one person from Mexico. He is an Indian, but still he is working in CIMMYT, Mexico. He was also there. He was telling that in Kenya jackfruit is available, but genetic diversity is very low. That's what he was telling. So if there are certain important messages, I'll pass it on to you, sir.
Mohan, messages are all right, but if there are any small questions to be addressed, you can just read it out. If you just, by eye scanning, if you find out any questions.
Yeah, I'll just see, sir. And we had Dr. Sudarshan or from NRCB, that banana from ABI. This one, he has given a lot of information on products. And just I'm going through the questions.
Okay.
Just a minute, sir. One minute, sir. I'm just going through. And they wanted your PPT also, sir. Somebody asked. And great webinar. Many thanks to Padre sir. That's what. And in Uganda, from banana, they prepare matoke. A staple food is very nice.
Yeah.
In India, they didn't try as matoke from raw banana. This is from Dr. Suresh LM from CIMMYT. He's telling, sir.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I have heard about it.
Yeah. And, NRCB, that National Research Center for Banana, developed more than 30 banana byproducts, and most of the products are commercialized from Kamaraju.
Good, good.
And very informative talk by, that is what Ramchandra Hegde says. And
you know what?
Dr. Sudarshan has given a lot of technologies for fresh produce as well as ripe banana.
Good, good.
And he has given his contact also.
Good.
Is there any training program on banana flour? Please let me know. I am interested to attend. Ashoka. That's what he said.
Yeah. It can be, no, if you catch right people, it can be organized even a demo and other things.
And
good videos are available right now in absence of a one-to-one demo and all that. Already good videos are available on YouTube which explain it very clearly.
Anyway, you have given your number on the presentation itself, sir. They would have recorded and they might contact you for that.
Right.
Yeah. Ashwati?
Sir, there is one new question.
Yeah.
On kindly throw some light on vacuum fried jack chips to prepare at home. That is one question. And for banana flour, let me know about the selection of banana and maturity stage.
Yeah, I will answer the first one first. Vacuum fry chips making at home is a little bit difficult because you have to have some machineries, very expensive machineries and all that, so it is rather far from ordinary persons, number one. Number two, maturity selection, generally what is said is it is good that what you harvest for ripening, a little bit earlier stage is better. This is what people with experience tell. But even if you go for that, that is not much of a issue. But but variety to variety, there will be issues. For example, what we call as kadali or ailaki or Malayalam, we call it as nyali puvan.
Yeah.
It is a little bit harder. But if you press it, for pressing, that three-legged device is better. If you use that murka, this one, that is a little bit tougher because you lose the grip. It is very hot and all that. So, and again, one may require 2 or 3 trials to fine tune because the G9 or your Cavendish, if you overcook it, that will become very softer. So all these issues are there. Maturity will be slightly earlier than what you generally harvest or ripen. Maybe 1 week, 7 to 10 days, that's all.
Okay, thank you, sir. If no other questions, I think we shall wind up.
Yeah, better to wind up because the flow of questions have come down. So close your, bid goodbye to music when there is still your music is going on good. So
yes,
Sri Padre sir, thank you very much. It was a great information and you seem to be an encyclopedia in this area.
No,
so
sir.
Nice of you, sir. Every question was answered deftly.
My dear
so
sir,
kind of you, so nice of you, sir.
My dear sir, it is because you all didn't take so much, time and this one to do this. Otherwise, I would have been far behind. Thank you so much for your compliments, and I'll be happy that if you spread this important information so that next time when Dr. Karun starts the introduction, she will say a lot of changes are happening in households, lot more in this per capita consumption. There was a report in some paper saying that the per capita, not because of our speak, but because of your influence, it is high time we start acting and stop more and more talking. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I would now invite Prakashji Bhatt, Chief Technical Officer of our Directorate, to propose a vote of thanks. Prakash, sir?
Yes. Am I audible, Ashwati?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. So such a nice talk for 2 hours almost. Everybody sat and listened to this very great discussions here. So at the outset, I would like to thank first our director, Dr. Anita Karun, who actually gave all help, support to conduct this webinar. And from all of our side, I thank our Dr. Anita Karun for organizing this talk lecture series. Thank you, Dr. Anita Karun. And next, I would like to place on record my sincere gratitude to Sri Padre sir for being with us today and delivering a very useful talk, extremely useful, I should say, about a lesser known fruit, but which have very good high potential value. So those food crops were discussed today. and for most of them it was very useful and practical. And Padre sir, as somebody you have said, he is an encyclopedia on agriculture, especially on this practical agriculture and technologies of agriculture. So I thank from my wholehearted support, wholeheartedly Dr. Sri Padre sir for being with us today and giving us a very good lecture on these fruits, crops, especially on this World Food Day. Thank you very much, sir. So we are very fortunate to have many dignitaries today. Actually, the talk was for all the people all over the world, as you should say, and all over India participated in it. Many scientists and also from the dignitaries from the public, they have participated in this talk and discussions. So I could see Dr. Avtar Singh, one from IAR, Delhi, also participated. He was my senior in Nagpur, and he participated in this. So I thank all the scientists and dignitaries from all over the world who participated in this program, and especially in the very useful discussion they participated. So I thank them all on behalf of the Directorate of Cashew Research and from myself. I would like to place thanks on record to Dr. Adiga, J. Dinakar Adiga, who is a nodal officer in conducting this lecture series on the occasion of 25th anniversary of our Indian independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Thank you, sir, for organizing very such useful seminars and useful talk. And last but not the least, I would like to thank Dr. Mohan and team for arranging this online Zoom meeting, and all our staff who have helped in conducting this meeting, a very useful one, successful one. So I think, thank you one and all, and we'll be meeting again for some useful information and discussions in future also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, organizers.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Padre. It's very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Professor.
Thank you, sir.
Betty was there, Srinivas, IAHR.
Thank you for acknowledgement.
Sir, that was, there is a message from fourth year student from Philippines, Miss Hazel. She is telling it is very good and it was very informative. That's what she says.
Thank you.
So if there are no questions or no discussions, I think we will end the meeting, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, madam. Yeah. Thank you, Padre sir, and thank you, Dr. Anita Karan, our director acting, and also our scientific staff. I shall end the meeting for all now. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.